cello is an instrument that has a lot of possibilities, sound-wise. It has the very beautiful, authentic sound of the acoustic cello. It's really, really nicely built. It was a cooperation between Yamaha and David Geringas, one of the famous cellists, and you can hear that because it's really a very, very beautiful instrument. It really sounds like a cello. But other than that, it's really tempting to combine the E-cello with, for example, loop station, which I did. And by using the loop station, connecting to the E-cello, I discovered I could play polyphonic while playing by myself. And that to me was really a challenge, and that's how Stagioni was made, with loop station, effect pedals and E-cello. So you get really very nice, rich spectrum of colors and sounds. Stagioni, that is a piece that is inspired on the 4 seasons of life and those of nature. Actually, it's an ode to the miracle of life, miracle of birth, if you like, beauty of life, but also rituals and eternity. And those aspects I found really important to work with those aspects. And I discovered at a certain point a very fascinating composer. She was the first female classical composer, actually, Hildegard von Bingen, and she was a very, very special composer. It's old polyphonic style, and it's very spiritually related. And I discovered that since I had the aspect of eternity in my Stagioni, find it really inspiring to listen a lot to her music and to go back to a very old source where classical music in general comes from. And so I wanted to use the old polyphonic style, classical music style, and to combine that with the old Sephardic folk songs, folk music. And those two styles I discovered were really, really tempting for me to combine. I wanted to make a crossover, but it appeared to be really quite easy because they both have a very modal tonality, and the modal tonality also emphasizes eternity. So those two styles, mixing them together, I discovered my own style, and it really, really worked out well for me. Plus the lightness of life, which is very important too. I used the old Afro-American blues aspects, and together with minimalistic music. Like I said, I wanted to express into music, into my Stagioni, also the rituals of life, and really loved the minimal aspects, the minimal music aspects, to express rituals. Stagioni is, like I said, about 4 seasons of life and those of nature. And of course I had in the back of my mind Vivaldi, the great Vivaldi. I didn't want to ignore him, nor should I think. He's he was one of my great sources of inspiration. So apart from using different motives of Vivaldi Stagioni, I used also quotes of the Stagioni 4 seasons, and made them. I gave them my own voice in my own improvisations. So in that respect, my Stagioni has also 4 movements. So it's primavera, it's estate, autunno, and inverno. What I'm hoping for is that Stagioni will bring all sorts of people together, younger, older, different generations. You know, like I said, it's a very classical structure. I'm a classical musician. You can hear that obviously in my Stagioni, but it's like you say, I push boundaries. So I hope really to be able to reach out with Stagioni and to you know, hopefully get lots of different people who love pop, jazz, classical. I hope that there are very many different kind of listeners that will really, really enjoy Stagioni, and maybe even furthermore that they can recognize themselves into aspects of Stagioni.